Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. This is Otaku Showboat. Today is Wednesday, February 17th, 2021. It is Ash Wednesday for those who care and pay attention. The last of the major days of the 4 days in a row that we've had here of something going on. Oh boy. So, I may have done a couple of things off screen. Just a couple. Not a lot. Not nearly as much as previously. Why this continuing receiving is changing, I don't know. So, graviton lenses are supposed to allow for continuous receiving no matter the position on the planet, on a planet with an atmosphere. It should be receiving. It should be continuously receiving. Yet for some reason there's times where it goes down to no strength at all, and I don't really get why. I don't quite understand exactly why, but we do have a Dyson Sphere around this star. It's not quite done yet. This is what the progress looks like currently. The thing can do 9 gigawatts, of which 1.6 of it is from the Dyson Swarm. That's all the little solar sails that keep getting shot at it. And another 7.5 from the shell that's being made currently. Still many more nodes that need to be placed around this thing. And many more launches for those nodes. This one's at 51 out of 190. Of which there are 3 loads on the way onto this particular node. And there happen to be 120 solar sails on their way to start filling in these 4 gaps all the way around. And there is a just trail of 120 blue marked solar sails that are being sucked in to this node to fill in this hole. I don't really know why the game arbitrarily decides that, oh hey, we're going to limit to 120 at a time for a cell. I don't really understand that. If I have 2,400 solar sails available, they should all be going to make their way into that node. If I have it, it should be filling in the node, frankly. For as much node space as I have available, it shouldn't be this slow. I get that you're going for a very cinematic look to all of this, that it looks really pretty and nice, and you want it to grow and see all the little nodes expanding and all of that as the shells fill in. It's too slow. It's way too slow to just the entire speed with which these things move to go into the thing, as well as the number that are coming in at any one period of time. It's incredibly tediously slow. And then, of course, you need to actually fill in a certain amount of structure points before it can even bring in items from the swarm. So there's that, too, that needs to be considered as this progresses ever onwards. We have this stream and tomorrow's stream. And I think we're done with this game at that point, for now. because we've pretty much done the vast majority of what we can do in this game. And as it turns out right now, I am limited by my ability to make particle containers. That is my limit, and it's the EM motors that are the limit there. The turbines, electromagnetic turbines, those are the perpetual niggling little issue. Now you may notice over here, I now have 2 more doohickeys launching stuff into the sky. I also have upgraded the infrastructure on the back end to Mark III. So that is that. I'm also making supremely high amounts, loads of the deuterium-based fuel rods. Absolutely gargantuan amounts of the deuterium fuel rods. I need more solar sails, as it turns out, to feed this. So I may want to make and provide more solar sails, / perhaps just completely eliminate my launching of solar sails. I think I'm okay with that. I am okay with just ceasing the launching of the solar sails from this planet, because I have an entire planet that I am launching solar sails from. And I'll do the same over on the ones down here as well. These 5 or 6. These bros. Yeah, you get to not exist anymore. Yeah, beep, beep, beep. Inventory full. Hey, buddy. Did you realize that your inventory is full? I do realize that, yes, my inventory is, in fact, full on this day. You are going to be providing solar sails, and we are going to build this at scale, provided I am actually getting my glass provided from the network. Yes, the glass is being provided from the network. And what was the other thing? The electronics. Oh, boy. I mean, ultimately, yes, the electronics are being provided by the network. I want to make sure that this is all Mark III belt or better. That is Mark III. Okay. 2 of these make 4 times 1.5. So that's fine. That is fine for the moment. In terms of the number of electronic thingies. And then there's the graphene, which is... Oh. Yeah. You're gonna demand graphene. I don't want to be making graphene out of sulfuric acid anymore. Especially now that I have infinite supplies of fire ice. Hey, I've got a planet with a ice giant next to it that's producing infinite amounts of fire ice and making infinite amounts of graphene out of that fire ice. I don't think I need to be spending resources making graphene out of energetic graphite and sulfuric acid at this point. So, What was this pattern again? I've completely forgotten. It's up here. 2 to 3 to 4. 2 to 3 to 4. These make solar sails. These make photon combiners. I'm not going to use the alternate recipe for this because glass is stone and stone is extremely common. And you make the prisms. Now it is 3 to 2 on the glass to prisms, and then 2 prisms, so 3 glass per photon combiner. I understand this, but yeah, that other rare resource is far more valuable when used for the Casimir crystals. And we need to discuss the Casimir crystals because I made a very, very bad mistake last time when setting up the Casimirs. Oh boy, that was an oof moment. Yeah, so Casimirs use a lot of throughput of a lot of stuff, and I sort of just built a single line and just fed in single lines of stuff on that when doing the quantum chip build. Yeah, that's not ideal. I fixed it. Oh, I fixed it. Don't you worry. I did fix it. Hello, Ave. Good afternoon. I'm just saying that I did fix the little Casimir crystal throughput issue on the inputs of the hydrogen and the rare resource crystals. Yeah, that was a thing. One of those oops moments. Now I am scaling. I am scaling a lot. We are going to do several things today. This is gonna make 2 times 1.5, 3 per seconds. Yeah, glass, circuits, and graphene for solar sails. It's super easy to do. There is an alternate recipe on the photon combiners that uses those same crystals as the alternate Casimir crystal recipe. Which, yeah. Optical gratings. I think that the answer to whether or not to use optical grating crystals to make photon combiners is hell no. Because 3 units of glass is all that you save. You save 3 whole glass. Woohoo! 3 whole glass. 6 whole units of stone. Woohoo! And the only thing that this is used for is solar sails. Are you comfortable with launching optical grating crystals as solar sails to the Dyson Sphere? Probably not. Probably not. It better uses science. Yeah, and the stone is ubiquitous. Stone is ubiquitous everywhere. You don't have to worry about the amount of stone being used to make the glass, outside of just the smelters to get a sufficient amount of glass. That's the only thing it saves, is the smelters for the amount of glass. And then the optical grating crystals have a much better use for Casimirs, saving you multiple resources under the Casimir crystals as part of the quantum chips, which have far more utility for various things. Now, I have the solar sail production here going for a very specific reason, because you see, these solar sails are actually being used to build sufficient quantities of the rockets to make the permanent Dyson structure, wherever that is. Wherever that is, because I now have 2 more! We have 2 more launchers launching. Vertical launching silos, because I've upgraded all of this to Mark III, of course. And it can keep up, provided I have sufficient amounts of solar sails to feed it. Thus, the solar sails, and why I have removed the launching of solar sails from this planet in its entirety. I don't need to launch solar sails from this planet. I'm literally railgunning them perpetually on a Klarkov 1 into the equatorial orbit. I don't need them anywhere else. I have more than I need. So for the permanent ones, it's the CPUs. You need CPUs, you need the frame material, and solar sails to make the Dyson Sphere components, and then you need quantum chips and the deuteron fuel rods to make that with the structure components into small carrier rockets. Hey, it's our good friend, the quantum chip. Here again. Oh boy, yet again with the quantum chip. I just wanna keep an eye on quantum chip because, yeah, it looks like I've got enough now. I'm importing quantum chips. One of these. Yeah. We are demanding them. From that build that I did last time. Which I finished off screen, making a few quantum chips. A bit more. The next thing would be, we need more, we need more strange matter, actually, but that's gonna also mean I need more of the, wonderful graviton lenses. Huh? Yeah. Graviton lenses are my limiting factor right now. Of which, I'm pretty sure it's the strange matter that's limiting those. Let me orient myself. That's this way? No. This way. Over right here. So these are all operating at full capacity right now, and I don't have enough lenses. I could upgrade these to Mark III to multiply the amount by 1.5, but that's limited to the amount of strange matter I can throw at it. Now, if I have this operating at times 1.5, we've got 6 of these buildings. That's enough for 1.5 per second, but that means I need 1.5 of the strange matter. Which, yeah, means I now need 12. 12 to process that strange matter into 1.5. At least, of these particle colliders. Guess what I have not automated yet? Yeah, particle colliders. I don't have those. At all. And yes, it will be limited by the amount of particle containers, ultimately. Which is why my goal for the day today is gonna be to go and actually use up all of my unipolar magnets. I'm gonna mine the magnets now and make use of what I've got of the limited amount of the magnets that I have, because screw the other thingies. It's the diamond, iron, and particle containers, and deuterium. No, diamond is for the other things. It's for the lenses. You need the diamonds with the strange matter. The actual strange matter is just iron, deuterium, and particle containers. Ah, boy. So, I need to grab a few thingy doohickey stuffs. And I need space for it. So, I need my frame structures. Those are where? Here. Thank you. Give me that. That's what I was afraid of. Grabbing a whole bunch and then not having any inventory whatsoever left over. Yeah, the particle containers are limited by the electromagnetic turbines. That's a perpetual issue. There's never enough electromagnetic turbines. Ever. Never, ever, ever enough. Where's my you? No, you. You, hi. Now? Graphene and regular chips. I do have a dedicated planet for those. It's just not enough, and I haven't expanded enough. I haven't done the thing. Yeah, it's just so much iron and copper. That's the problem with those turbines. It's just so much of the iron and copper for the magnets and the CPUs and all of that. It's just too much, and the scale at which you have to build to do it quickly. It's just a lot, and then regular CPUs somewhere. Regular CPUs. Where are regular CPUs? There's some regular CPUs. Give some more. There we go. F. Make me. Alloys. Hey, how you doing? F. There's 4 more. Enough to get me going where I need to go. The problem is, clearly, I don't really have any room to scale outwards right here, because I'm sort of making plastic at this location. So I'll have to do this to the side. This is also going to use quite a bit of power. Okay. Yeah, I'm sort of making even more deuterium there. Okay. You go down there. You go down there. And you go down there. I could add 4 more, if I would so desire. Why, hello, Ollie. How's my baby? How's my boy? Huh? How's my sweet? How's my Ollie? Is he good boy? Is he being good boy? Is he good boy? Yes, no, maybe. His tail's flicking. His tail flicking. Tail is flicking. Big, big baby. Yes, you're big, big baby. Hi. Hello, you're gonna get comfy right in my lap? Yes. Yes, you are. You're gonna just go right down in a ball on the lap. Yes. Got that big arm across my belly. Yeah. Okay. Sorters. Need to sort. And then there must be power to the everything. Will this work? Nah. Missing one sorter. Why, hello, my Ali. My baby. Yes, my baby. You know, we actually waited, and hello, Vicky. Welcome. Just seeing the previous chat. We actually waited an extra at least 1 week or so before actually picking up the kittens from the rescue, because they were able to do the spay and neutering on rescue discount, so that we wouldn't have to do it and pay for it ourselves, right? And there was a slight delay because Dolly wasn't quite the weight that they wanted. I think they wanted him to be 3 pounds before doing the surgery. For both of them. Ollie had it. He was good. Dolly was like right on the edge on the day they did it. We almost had another delay. But they went ahead and did it anyway, after getting another vet to sign off on it. They got a second opinion from another vet in the same building. Just to double check, be like, okay, it's fine. So they both got their fixin' at the same time, and then we got to pick them up that following weekend. After that, they still had their fur was still cut short from the shaving from the surgery. They had bald spots. They had bald spots on them that were growing back. Barely even begun to grow back. Okay, what have I just done? I have added more strange matter production to be able to fully feed. I said to be able to fully feed the times 1.5 that I just did to the graviton lenses. Theoretically, if this was outputting, which, you know, it would help if I had actually assigned the output port to the belt and not tried to do a building to building. That would help quite a lot, actually. Stuff things. There's my leg up. There we go. Now the Ollie's braced. And Ollie is grooming right now. Today is this time is grooming time, apparently, for the Ollie. Ah yes, more pins. More little acupuncture pins on my planet. My glorious mess of a planet. So, 'tis time. Do I have what I need? No. I need interplanetary logistics stations. It's one of these guys. You are interstellar logistics stations. Stack of that to refill on these, even though I don't really need them for this particular purpose. And then I've got those. Get rid of that. I have mining drills. I've got pumps. I've got chemical plants. And I think that's all I need. And I've got plenty of assembling machines. Yeah. All we're really going to be doing is mining unipolar magnets and providing them onto the interstellar network. That's my shirt that you're licking. That's my shirt you're licking. Earlier I was holding my cup here and drinking from my cup and had it down on my belly. And he's doing just what he's doing right now. He's licking the cup. He licked the cup. You gonna lick the cup again? Yes, he is. He started grooming my coffee cup. Gee, thanks. So we need to go to DSR and we need to go to NTR. I forget which is which. I think DSR is the black hole and NTR is the neutron. Yep. We'll start with the neutron star. That's the one that has lower resources. Fewer. Also, just so that we're aware, I have queued up another mech core upgrade. I've queued up energy circuits, which actually cost 12k for the next level. Drone engines are 8. The vanes utilization I'm working on now, apparently finishing in half an hour, is 16k. Yeah, that one's 12. That one's 18. That one's 3. Oh, and by the way, when you're in the tech screen, the game is still running. So you have to be unhook thyself. Thanks. So you have to be careful if you're looking at the tech screen while in warp, because it's very easy to get caught up on the tech screen and miss where you're going. Because for whatever reason, it just doesn't pause when you're in that screen. We have plenty of power to get out to this neutron star in one go. Remember how it used to just be barely enough? Yeah, now it's a lot. We've got a lot to go for ourselves here. A lot going on. Alright, I need to pay very close attention because the planet is not the star. We're going to the planet around this neutron star. We'll stop once we're less than 1 away. There we go. Hello. Glorious, glorious neutron star. Neutroning. Just need to find the unipolar magnets. Oh wow, that's a lot of fractals. Huh. Where is that unipolar? There it is. Right on the equator. This way. Right there, there you are. Hi. I must mine all of you. My mining efficiency is 60-something%. I don't know exactly. But yeah, there we go. And the efficiency is about to get better by another amount, shall we say, as well as speed. I'm going to imagine that this is a lot, that this is going to fill up a belt on the unipolar magnets. Let's see, we've got 54 per minute, almost to that 1 per second. Once we get this next tech, we still need 1 more before we're at 1 per second. We'll be at 57 per minute per vein. And the ore consumption per miner product should go down even further by another 6%, so 60.96. Times 0.94. It should be a 57.3. So once this research ticks over, keep this in mind. This will go 6096 to 57.3. And then we divide the amount in the vein by that factor to get the actual amount that we're going to get from the patch. This is what substations are great at. They're great at doing that thing right there. I'm going to place down my interstellar logistics station, the primary one, right around here. That'll be the input. I have established an interstellar thingy. Yes, I have. I need you to bring me warpers. I need you to bring me fuel rods. And I need to supply unipolar magnets. There's only 500,000 copper here. I'm not going to be processing them. Yeah. And of course, all we need to do is get our fuel rods brought out. I'll move that to the side so that I can do that right there. Ta-da. Dee-dee-dee-da-da-doo. And then from my own personal stash, go ahead and start flowing as stuff is on the way. You'll take those. I don't really need to give you any of these. This is the only thing I want from here. Glorious unipolar magnets. Yay! We're mining. They'll eventually get mined out and divide the number by 10 at the end, and that's how many particle containers we actually can make off of this patch. So 1102 200-ish divide by 0.6094 or 6. So in reality, there's 1.8 million here, divide by 10. Missing a belt. Ah. I hate when it disappears. It just magically disappears. Yeah, I hooked up that miner and then I connected the next thing and it just deleted the output from the miner. There. That does happen sometimes. Sadly. Why does it seem like that's not actually 30? Huh? 5, 7... Oh, you're not connected either! That explains it. That explains everything. There were 2 miners that didn't end up being hooked up. Great job. That's better. That's the 30 I was looking for. And then, of course, I need to power the building. Yay, we did the thing. I hope you liked doing the thing on that one, because we're about to do it again. If you liked that one, now we get to go to the black hole and do it at the place that's at the black hole. There's the black hole. DSR. And then we get to go home, and we get to make particle containers using the unipolar magnets. Warp. Warp to DSR, the black hole. With magic light around it. With the magical beams of bent light around the thing. Wherever it's from, who knows? It's magic. The magical black hole out here. Remember, we're not going to the star, we're going to the planet, quote-unquote star, former star. We're going to the planet, so once that shows up, we'll aim for it. Going at a speed of 12.5 AU. Getting slowed down by the thingy. Excuse me, where's the... There's the planet on the other side of the black hole. Hello, black hole. Goodbye, black hole. Ta-da! Bang. Ta-da! There's the black hole. Okay, we have a couple of unipolars on this planet, I think. 1, That is 1.2, and then we have one down here that is 1.0. That is the 2. Nice spot in between. 70 million fire ice. Not necessary. Not necessary. So we get to do exactly what we did before, times 2 this time. Here's our first unipolar, and the other unipolar I think is up there. There it is. Got plenty of belt to place. Miners. Miners got a mine for me. At least mining isn't as tedious as in EVE Online. Oh god. Why did I ever... I sometimes think back to my time where I used to play EVE Online, and it's like, oh... yeah, probably shouldn't have spent 14-hour days looking at a screen, several screens of spaceships mining. Maybe I shouldn't have done that with my time. On several accounts. Making my own personal fleet of miners in high security space. That was not the best of decisions. And then, of course, EVE Online being EVE Online, I may have lost a few assets from time to time. Just a few, you know, like an orca. It stung a little. Stung a little. But regardless, we are past those times now. I no longer play that game. I have won EVE Online at this point by no longer playing it. I'm not the type of person, really. Although I enjoyed all of the planning aspects. I love games where I can spend immense amounts of time planning and not nearly as much time actually executing upon said plans. Because that's how my brain works. I must plan and change plans. And when I find out additional information, I change plans even more. And then when it comes time to executing the plans, I get bored. It's like, oh yes, you've spent all this time planning out exactly what you want to do, the exact skills you want to get so that you can do this very specific thing. And then when you get around to finally having executed the plan, being able to do that very specific thing, find that you don't really want to do that very specific thing anymore by the time that you're able to do it. Huh. Yeah, that's just how my brain works at times. Just occasionally. Don't know about you, but that's how I operate. Really, really like games that involve aspects of planning. Got quite addicted to a game, Black Desert Online, another MMO experience. Until I realized, what the heck am I doing with my life? Gathering troll blood for 13 hours plus a day. Yes, you need to move. Ollie, thank you. Literally going around and one-shotting gigantic trolls just to suck their blood with a fluid extractor tool for hours and 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 hours a day. Also that I could afford to get equipment to make the gathering of the troll blood more productive and faster, so that I could dump even more money into that system over and over again until eventually I could be able to afford actual equipment for my character that would actually be useful in situations other than gathering, of which I was spending all of my days doing. Yeah, what a great way to experience a game, right? What a fantastic way to experience a video game. I need you to not bring me all that much. Demand, supply, storage. Local storage, you're gonna shove stuff out. I need you guys loaded. I need an artificial sun. And I need that. This is, of course, going to be the fuel rods, and this is going to get a cedar fuel rod in. Oh, this is not powered. Okay. Go ahead and power that. Ta-da! And that, as they say, should be that. That should be that for the moment. I think I've got all of the thingies all hooked up. Ready to go. Just waiting on our little buddy to bring over these, this batch of fuel rods. I did expand my fuel rod production. Yeah, I don't think I really pointed that out initially, but yes, I have a lot at this point of the fuel rods. Oh, there's hole rise. The black hole rise. Yay. Black hole. What's making all of that light? I've got no idea. It's magical light. Magic light. Nothing causes that I know of. That there's a perpetual problem with black holes in that they're black. There is no light escaping from black holes as light photons that we can see. Which is why their existence for a very long time was purely theoretical, until we found some that were eating a star next to them. Because most of the stars, by the way, that exist don't exist as solo stars. They exist in pairs or triplets. Binary systems are extremely common, and occasionally you can end up with a binary system that has one of the stars big enough that when it explodes, it forms a black hole. And that actually ends up leaving its companion in a rough shape, but in a good enough shape that it actually starts, it's still a star, and its material starts getting sucked into the black hole, and you can very, very easily tell that the black hole is there off of those indicators. Just seeing the star and the former star next to each other. I guess technically at that point, 2 former stars next to each other, considering the strength of a supernova required to actually form a black hole in the first place. And I think sometimes it's there's been interactions between stars. I think black holes capturing a companion and then proceeding to destroy its companion. Okay, this is done at this point. How do you have 10,001? I do not know. We are now ready to head home to Klarkrov. Where is Klarkrov? It's that way. It's next to Rosshamel. There's just so much text in the way. Must get speedy. And off we go. Pure interstellar speeds are 12.55 AU per second. When you get closer to other stars, you slow down. Who'd have thought? Gravitational impact of the other stars would actually slow you down. Speaking of which, there is a new community post, devlog 2, about creation of this game and their decision as to using star clusters and all of that sort of information, and a lot of info about all the stars and the classes that they came up with and the color schemes behind them and the design philosophy behind all the stars with the planets and names, and then talk about some of the tree stuff and all that good, wonderful stuff that they work on this game. Should go and read through that info. It's neat info. It's like, yes, they have referred to real stuff when developing this game. But it is also a game, so they have to keep that in mind in their design, because right now, of course, every planet is the same exact size as every other planet. And they did actually go in and say, hey, the biomes for the planets, the type of planet is reflective of the position of the orbit around the star, and that they came up with 16 different orbits around each type of star that, depending on its position around the star, dictates what type of a planet exists in that orbit when the game rolls the generation to decide, hey, for this star system there's going to be a planet in this orbit of the 16, and this orbit of the 16, and this orbit of the 16, and then this planet's going to be this type of planet versus this type of planet of the ones available within that orbital around the star. It's really cool. And the way that it ends up working out is that the planets that are closer to the sun are more likely to be lava worlds that are really close to the sun. The ones that are far away from the sun end up being ice worlds, and the ones that are in the habitable zone, like ours, end up being life-bearing types of worlds with the trees and all of that on them in the various varieties. And then everything else ends up being desert planets. The ones that aren't quite too close yet, not quite too far, but also not in the habitable zone, sort of like in that border region, they end up being desert worlds. And then I don't know about positioning of gas giants, spawning of gas giants / ice giants, and how that influences it. They didn't really talk about that too awfully much. Breathing is awesome. Let's import our unipolar magnets for as many as we have available to us. Let's go and put that request in right here. Remote demand. The unipolar magnets. All of them. How's my power doing, by the way? So I may be working a little bit on transferring my power setups away from all of the wind turbines and solar panels to using antimatter. I'm sort of doing that transition at the moment. And I, somewhere around here, have this array through this thing eating antimatter fuel rods being fed in by this one building. And yeah, this is fine. It's fine, really. Let's add that. That's better. Because I want to do on this guy, because the things have to go so far, is crank up the max charging power a bit. Just allow the charge to happen a bit faster, because clearly to get these unipolar magnets, my vessels have to travel nearly 50 total light years, right? They have to go over 20 one way and over 20 back to get them from way out yonder. Of which it looks like one is arriving now. Out at each of these locations. That guy is arrived. Couple of them actually, and now they're gonna go start coming back. They are as fast as I am. Effectively. So you know how it takes a minute or so to go back and forth. There's also, as I've picked up speed upgrades on these things, fewer that are going back and forth between the various stars that I have built stuff at, particularly because they move stuff faster now, so we need fewer of them. Oh hey, I've got unipolar magnets now. Yay. Where am I currently doing particle containers? Off of you? I'm going to keep this infrastructure. I am going to import the unipolar magnets. Well, not really all of them, but most of them. Hey, vein utilization tech. It went down to 57.3%. Or consumption per miner product. Yay! 57.3. And there you go. Much better stuffs going on. How much does the next one cost? 20! It went from 16 to 20. This tech is going to take about 2 hours. At the current rate. This tech would take even longer, and it's the next one. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, so I'm gonna do this here. Ooh, you're built on a interesting slot, aren't you? Okay, you can go here. How many freaking... What do you mean collide? Oh, foundation. Oh. Foundation. Hey. South Pole. You. No. You. Foundation. Foundation is nice to have. Available. At all times.
Foundation.
Yeah, foundation. I know. Glorious. Foundation. Go copper. Whoops. Why did it go up one? I don't see how I could have missed that badly. And then it's... what? Graphene. Well, at least graphene is infinite. Ah. Recipe. Oh, you don't even take graphene. Well. That's another thing that you save by using the unipolar magnets. Granted, it's an absolute ton of unipolar magnets each. You had a brief internet blackout, oh noes! Hate it when that happens. At least you're not living in Texas right now. Oh my gosh. That's just obscene. What's been going on out there? Yes, the unipolar magnets have arrived. All whatever 90 per second of them up to. At least that's the rate in which I'm mining them. Yes, unlike Texas, which doesn't know what to do when snow happens. They get very confused. And the infrastructure was not built to handle it in the slightest. Really? Okay. 10 every 4 seconds. Multiply that by 1.5. $3.75 each per second. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Da-da. It is pointless after 8. Oh, I don't have it. The top row's fine, the same. I've kept the normal rate on this. I've kept this one the normal recipe. I kept the other side the normal recipe, and this one I'm doing the magnets, just because I know that the magnets are not infinite in their amount. I want to make sure that I still get some of these consistently, even when I'm out of magnets completely. Now, how does this recipe compare to the other one? It is the same speed, so I am basically making double the particle containers now, and I am accruing particle containers. Woohoo! It's accruing now. We've done the thing. Speaking of which, this series is basically at its end. If you are watching this and you have not voted on my next thing in the community post, I want you to go to that link that I'm about to post in the chat right now. Go to that link if you have not yet voted and vote. Someone has left a comment for OpenTTD, to which I say, where poll? I just linked it, Ave. I just linked to the community post that is the poll. That is there. For a thing to follow up. In general, anything else. And the top 2 are going to be the next 2 things that I stream. Now, OpenTTD. See, we posted at the same time, and for me on my screen, the link came first. But anyway, OpenTTD. My issue with OpenTTD is that it is open-ended. This is Open Transport Tycoon Deluxe. I've not been keen on those types of games because I am goal-oriented. I am absolutely goal-oriented. I'm obligately goal-oriented, I would say. I cannot enjoy an experience in a game without having a goal. A concrete goal in mind. I despise open-ended games. I can't do it. I just can't. I get very bored very fast. I'm not creative enough to come up with my own ideas as to what to do or not to do. I would not do well with an OpenTTD or any of its ilk. Like, I think most recently they released, what was it? What was that game? It was on my wish list for a little bit. Transport Fever 2. I think that was the name of it. Things along those lines. Yeah. Where the game is just build infrastructure network connecting cities. Like, to what end? Okay? I mean, I would play the campaign because that gives me a set of concrete goals. But otherwise, to what end? I really enjoy things like Railroad Tycoon 3. I really enjoy playing the campaign. Not so much an open-ended experience where that has no goal outside of play the game. Do the thing. Make money. That's it. Go. Do whatever you want. Just make money. Don't lose by going bankrupt. Okay. I need a little bit more concrete of a goal in mind going into these types of things. So that's why I would not be inclined on something like OpenTTD. This game, very concrete goal, right? You've got technologies that you need to unlock to beat the game. There is a win state, and you beat the game. You build a Dyson Sphere. Very concrete goals. Am I gonna research the final tech? We can. Here, sure. Do that. Give me. I'm 40% on that. Let's tack that off, and sure, just all vein utilization. Go do the thing. How long will that take? 30 minutes. We'll win the game. We shall win. What is my current bottleneck? Let's get into that. What is my current bottleneck in my production of universe matrices? Because I'm pretty sure I just capped out my greens. Greens are looking much better. I have enough graviton lenses now. So what is going on over at my universe matrices? Why is the one on the top not greening? Why are you not greening? You don't have green. Sometimes I forget you can spacebar to raise yourself higher. And you need to get to the tippy top ones on the thingies. I mean, I guess this is coming in quick enough, right? To keep up. But that's the thing. We're just keeping up. We are merely keeping up with our production here of the universe matrices. I can now say pretty much that I've got 2 per second of the universe matrices. After all of that, we have 2 every second. Isn't that glorious and wonderful? Ave found PC building simulator boring to no end. It gets tedious, yes. To be honest, it's on the list to be on the list because it's one that I am at least familiar with in recent memory. But yes, and it was gifted to me. 'Twas gifted, to say the least. To make that clear, I should say. That particular one I got as a gift. I also got the Subnautica DLC, like a quote-unquote DLC, standalone experience as a gift. But I would play it on hard mode, which would hopefully make it a more interesting experience. But I inherently found the game aspect of PC Building Simulator just not that great of progression. It's too slow. It's way too slow of progression in that game. You have to do the same menial tasks to earn cash a few too many times, really. I think you mean that Subnautica is problematic the same way that Satisfactory is, in that they are 3D experiences. Except with Subnautica, it's not just a 3D experience, it's a full 3D experience in water with complete control over where you're looking. So I'm just flying around now, because I really don't have all that much I can really do at this point besides just fly around out in the middle of space. We've got lots of stuff about. Let's look at the statistics. Hey, let's look at statistics panel. Across the, not the local planet, the entire star cluster. All right, let me make some notes here. Notes are good things to make note of. Notes. I need stone. I need to mine more stone. I need to mine. Looks like we're good on the coal. Then how do I know I need to mine more stone? The production number is less than the consumption number. So I need more stone. But I don't know if that's a problem on a specific planet versus the entire interstellar network. Regardless, I can address the issue. Coal is sufficient. Fire ice is infinite and definitely sufficient. Kimberlite is fine. Fractal silicon is at the same rate it's being mined. Why there's a buffer that's filling and then it's shipping out and it's refilling the buffer. That's fine. Optical grading crystals. I know I need more of you, right? Yeah. So the production has been flat. The consumption is varying, which means that the consumption is varying to meet the shipments that I'm getting of it. So it's optical grading crystals are very limited by the logistics. That's what that is telling me. Same potentially here with the iron ore. Copper is fine. Titanium is fine. This is scaling with each other evenly, so I think that's actually fine. That might genuinely be fine. Production equals consumption on spiniform stalagmites, which make carbon nanotubes, and capped at production, I could have a problem on my nanotubes. My consumption could be stalled on the nanotubes, so check spiniform / nanotubes. Yeah, the magnets are the issue here with this magnets is the speed of the logistics. The iron ingot could be better. Copper could be better. Copper's been pretty stable. Iron is filling buffers and moving. Silicon is pretty stable, but it looks like I do need way more of it, as always. More silicon. More silicon. More titanium. Steel has been fine. I don't know about this. Steel has been fine. As has the alloys. Glass is actually more than consumption. Ah ha ha. Yeah. a lot of this is going to match with production versus consumption in an ideal world. Of course, turbines are blah. Making way more particle containers than I am consuming, which is ideal. Consuming all of the strange matter, that's intentional. Circuit boards are fine. Really, even more processors? Making more chips than using, that's good. Need more particle broadband, which could be a broader issue with the graphene rolls, the nanotubes. I'm apparently in need of way more solar cells than what I'm making. Great. Where are those nanotubes? Nanotubes, nanotubes, nanotubes. There's graphene. That's being produced. Yep, there we go. There we go. Carbon nanotubes. 879 production, 947.8 consumption. That means that I am underproducing carbon nanotubes by a pretty fair margin. That is the biggest disparity, I think, of everything. Yeah, pretty sure that's the most major disparity. Apparently I am using all of my frame materials that I'm producing. Could use scaling on the frame materials by a bit, potentially. And then down here on the sciences, we've got a big buffer that we're chewing through on a lot of things. But of course, the gravity matrix, production 2, consumption should be 2, should be the same. I don't know why it's trying to consume more than the 2 per second, and why this isn't making at 120. I would think that these would be identical values, but apparently not. Apparently not. Total. Oh, it gives you totals. Actual totals. Huh. Weird. Weird that it gives you actual totals. Instead of the average production per minute. Like, I understand, yes, it says total, but this is total time. Of the total time played, I've produced an average of a certain amount per minute. That's what I am expecting of this. I would expect some other page to show me actual, like, numerical quantities or some other column entirely to show me that. Research spiked there for a bit. Interesting. Power data. Well, we're able to make a lot more than we use, which is nice. And yeah, the solar cells just went skyrocketing for a while. Yeah. What happened, though? That went up, yes. Cell point production, 247.4 per minute. Okay. It's pulling in. It's pulling in a bunch. You're not shooting from the equator. What happened? Klarkrov 1, what has happened to you? Why are you not producing as many, or shooting as many, or at all along the equator? You're not getting any. Let's head that way, see what I may have mined myself out of a location. Of a resource patch. Probably silicon. Or copper. Hey. Who'd have thought? I mean, this provides copper. This supplies copper. This is bringing in plenty of the circuit boards and... Oh. Graphene? Aha! I do not have enough graphene here. It is demanding remotely. And has warpers. I know about some things out of copper. This is now a pretty much dead patch. That is fine in and of itself. I can just bring in more copper. That's fine. I could transition this to have another doohickey bringing in copper ore from about the place. More like local demand on that. And then processing it, as long as I have some other location that's mining on this planet the copper ore, and just hook it up like so, and that is that. Quite literally. So we've got a lot. We need more, of course. This is getting a bit iffy. Oh right, I had to trim this just in case I wanted to expand even further on that. But yeah, we are limited by graphene over here. So, thing about graphene. Did I ever set that up? No. No, I did not. Okay. Alright. It's time. What was the name of the planet that we went to last time? Was it Lambda Velorum that we produced the chips at? No. Not Lambda Velorum. Was it Nodus? I think it was Nodus. Nodus is where I'm going to go Notice has, yes, the fire ice. How we doing on, warpers? I have plenty. Plenty of warpers. Let's go to Notice so that I can show you the, quantum chips and how they're doing. Oh boy. Hello, my Ollie. Hello, my Ollie. That's my pretty boy. He's so sleepy. He's such a sleepy kitty. Next to me with his haunch, whole freaking rabbit leg hanging off the edge of the table. I was at Notice, what now? 3? 5? 5. Surely. Where am I? Ah! 5. Was I here? No. I was on 3. Ah! I'm getting turned around. No dust 3. Oh my gosh. Warp! Warp there! You're too far away. Warp there. Hello, Notice 2. And hello, Notice 3. Ah, yes. Excuse me, but, you know, it would help if you were to, in fact, land on said planet. Alright, how many operate here? A little less than half. That's fine. And this is filling, so still making more than I need. You should be remote supplying with dudes and warpers and such. That would be perhaps the most ideal of the situations. Let's see. Where are we going? Down. Down and over. If this is the CPUs, then over this way, we have the microcrystallines for the actual CPUs for this system, and then over here we have the planes, trains, and automobiles. We have the mess of belt of the Casimir crystals that I wanted to make sure that everyone got to see. We've made a mess with the belt for the Casimir crystals. I've made a mess. If this can be done a heck of a lot more cleanly and smoothly by keeping the same item on a vertical and lowering down, terminating and lowering down where you need to do so. But just, yeah, feeding in along this line enough hydrogen and enough of the optical grading crystals. Oh yeah, and I had to contend with this copper being in my way as well. You have the fire ice, as well as a bit of the graphene. Yeah, why would we do it cleanly and smoothly? We need belt Getty. We need all the spaghetti, the spaghetti belts. You must have spaghetti belts to feed everything. So from what I was looking at on here, it seemed as if the hydrogen could only really fill 6 at a time on the hydrogen, and significantly more on the grading crystals, as long as I had enough grading crystals. Yeah. Oh, hey, you're random belt. Random segment of hydrogen belt. Yeah, Casimirs. Don't you love Casimirs? Casimirs are great. They're fantastic stuffs, these Casimir crystals. I think I had some issues on something else as well at some point. Oh, he's leaving. Bye, Ollie. Goodbye, Ollie. Okay. I need a personal supply of graphene. This building has 2 more belts available. How many do you have? 1. Input, output. But plenty more belts. Okay. Here's what we do. I need to deal with the hydrogen somehow. I really do need to deal with the hydrogen. And the way this seems to work is that the hydrogen that's run, the products that are run through a machine appear to be used preferentially. How many did I build? I don't even know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13. 14, 15. As far as I can tell, it preferentially uses them. I hope it does, anyway. Because I would like to use the hydrogen as part of the Casimirs that this produces, even if I'm going to use the graphene for something else. I am going to run it through a splitter, regardless, and prioritize the output out there. So there we go. Oh, I need more belt. I may need more belt. Let's start small. Oof. Right. The fire ice is coming that way. Let's do this. There's the fire ice. And then on the other side, we're going to have the output that'll lead into the graphene supply here. Remote supply. Yes. Local storage. It would be nice if you had warpers, but I think we'll be okay. Hey, you. Warpers. It's so easy to work with the warpers. I'm very, very, very happy they have their own, like, their own separate filter on them on item number 6, so that you can completely have a whole bunch of other stuff and just pass through the warpers, but daisy chaining between your interstellar logistics stations. It's so nice. I am going to use the rest of my belt as best I can. Pretty sure I don't quite have enough. We shall see. Looks like I don't quite have enough for all of these. Oh boy. Hey. You. I could use some belt. Thank you for bringing me a whole bunch of belt. If I play Subnautica, will I play it blind? I've played Subnautica before. It's not blind. I can't make it blind again. I do have a pretty good idea how that game works by this point. Now, have I been everywhere and done everything? No. I have not been everywhere and done everything. There's another belt segment. There we go. Phew. I've absolutely not done absolutely everything in that game, and there's been like nearly entire biomes I haven't explored, and there's lots of like wreckages that I haven't ever been in. All of that still to think about. But I have done a quote-unquote complete game before. And of course I have experienced a lot. I particularly enjoy Subnautica on the VR experience. Ah, good. You've brought me my glorious belt. Thanks. Subnautica in VR is just an absolutely amazing experience. One of these days I would like to play through the entire thing in VR. Just one of those that I would love to do. The problem is, well, you may notice I wear glasses. Yeah, they don't really make particularly comfortable experience like VR headsets for people who wear glasses. Especially not my type of glasses. Okay, you're just full. Thanks. Keep messing up the filters. So even with the specialty thingies that I got, I actually got a for my Rift, because I have an Oculus Rift, I got a special interface that is supposed to help for people with glasses, but it's still not very comfortable. Not on a Rift, sadly. It's incredibly uncomfortable for me. The PlayStation VR though is very, very good. I very much enjoy my PSVR / enjoyed my PSVR when I still used it. I wish I had the PC quality graphics on the PSVR interface. Like, I wish that the VR head mounting structure of the PlayStation VR, just with my Oculus Rift on the front. Like, that's what I would want. That level of comfort head mounting. Oh yeah, by the way, we beat the game! Guitar!
Builder of great civilizations. The primary mission of the Dyson Sphere Program has been successfully completed with your efforts. The energy
Yay!
is bound to make the homeland develop with high speed, and your figure will imprint with every step forward. This cluster has been activated.
My figure will imprint with every step forward.
Light up a star in the Milky Way star map. Yes, it will always record your contribution to the forthcoming third-level civilization. Now please rest a while, and then embark on the journey of the Sea of Stars again.
People light up a star in the Milky Way star map. We did the thing. GG. We've done the thing. Huzzah! Yay! We did it. We did it. Oh hey, it's actually shipping the graphene being produced out of this. Good. If only I could consume the hydrogen. Hey, could you consume the hydrogen? That would be great. I sort of need optical grading crystals. Now, I'm just gonna watch for... Yeah, it has to pull in this excess that for some reason is able to exist. Like, why is this excess able to exist? I don't know. Like, and I want this max thing to be a, like, requester max, and I want to be able to still belt in over the max. Because I want to maintain that buffer, right? Or I would like to maintain that buffer. And it does look like it still allows stuff in, which is exactly the behavior that I want. Phew! That is exactly what I want. So, even if you set this lower, this is the logistics requester max. So if you're bringing stuff in and you want to have a bit of a buffer space to keep bringing a lot of stuff in, and only, like, top up from the logistics system, yeah, that is the... Wait, why did you stop? Because it was not actually doing that behavior. Great. It wasn't actually doing the behavior that I wanted. It was doing something else. So what was it actually doing? It was passing through. It was passing through this. Through some other output. I don't even anymore. I don't even anymore. I odd. Problem is I can't really get rid of the hydrogen all that well. Yeah. I just can't get rid of it. Alright, you. Hydrogen. Supply. Supply, take it away. Remove thee from the face of existence. Go away. Go away. Please go away. Even if I make a deuterium, it's still gonna be problematic. Even if it's deuterium, it's still gonna be a problem. In the grandest of grand schemes. Because I could make a deuterium with, like, I would have to build more, mini particle colliders. I convert it to deuterium, I now have half of a problem to deal with. But still a problem of having to do something with that deuterium. Oh hey, it's leaving. Good. Let's make the vessels do more. Yes, please. Please, God. Die. Or did it just move him over? Did it just move him over? Because you're on local demand? Here. Local storage. Don't go from here, or don't send out your dudes next door to grab more hydrogen from you. Yeah. And it will only fill up when not passing through into Casimir crystals. Which, of course, I could increase the amount there by getting more optical grading crystals. You know, these things. That's the extent of them on this planet. Wow. Why, hello there. Optical grading crystals. Stack them up. Stack them up. Nah, that's not of any value to me. There's a bit more on the planet next door as well, just to keep that in mind. The other planet that is a satellite around this gas giant. That wonderful lava world has more. Oh boy, give me one of those. I mentioned that I don't really have any more space to input stuff there. This is a job for a planetary logistics station. Oh yeah. Planetary. Get ready to learn about planetary logistics stations.
Logistics station. You have taken the first step to
We have taken our first step, our very first one, towards establishing an interstellar network. The first and foremost step towards glory. The very first one towards completing the game. After having completed the game. Excuse me? It's an upside down Y. It's an upside down Y. That's exactly what it is. That's the only thing we saw there. It's an upside down Y. Okay? Welcome to Notice 2, which has more optical grading crystal. Hopefully as one node. As one node. Nearby. Ish. Yes. 11 whole veins. I can get a belt out of this. Ta-da! You're going to need one of these. And I'm going to need one of these. Give me those. Take one. I do not need warpers here, because these are going to the planet next door. And that's all they're doing. Okay. Here we go. Subiest substation. Da-da! Da-da-da-da! Why, hello there, belt. By the way, we did get an upgrade. We operate at 57 ore per minute per vein at this point in time. How quickly are we working through this tech? Another half an hour, and we will have plus 3 meters per second for construction with drone flight speed. They will go 20 meters per second. Which is already faster than me. They'll go even faster than me. Much faster. Much glory. So that's gonna tap out fast. I will need significantly more as time goes on. But, see, we have officially beaten the game now. And I am really running out of things to do. I am very much running out of things to do. I don't think we're going to stream this game tomorrow, because we're just done with it at this point. We're going to continue our vote. However, we're gonna keep that vote going to see how it ends up. I'm surprised that there is interest in a game like Planet Coaster. I don't own all of the DLC for it, nor do I think I would want to actually, play with all of the DLC for it. Oops, my caps lock was on. I shouldn't have my caps lock on. Right. Warping. So that's just another point to make. when I try to choose games to stream is like, if I don't own all of the content for the game, why would I want to present an incomplete game or an incomplete experience? Well, in the case of Planet Coaster, there's a lot of licensed content in the DLC, so I'm pretty comfortable with not having that. But when it comes to something these days like I don't know, Kerbal Space Program, where I don't own any of the DLC, still a game, but not the complete experience of the game. So just to keep all that in mind. Similarly with Stellaris, I own a lot of the expansion and DLC content for a game like Stellaris, but I don't have all of it. Not all of the gameplay altering stuff, to say the least. That I would prefer to have if streaming said game, because inevitably someone will stop by and be like, hey, did you know that you can do this thing with this feature that, doesn't actually exist in the version of the game that I'm playing because it was introduced in a expansion that I don't own? Or the inevitable question of, why don't you own all the DLC? Why I don't wanna watch a stream that doesn't have everything. Why don't you have everything? I wanna see everything. All that. That's sort of why I don't include some titles that have a bunch of DLC, because most of the time I don't own all the DLC. What can we do? How's the Dyson? How is the Dyson around this star? That would be one thing I would do differently, I think, is try to get more dudes flying in, right? Get more launches to fill in the node structures. That seems to be the biggest weakness here at the moment. I got plenty of the Dyson swarm around the thing. It's just getting all of the stupid node structures, which is incredibly expensive to do at scale. It's just, do I want to spend 150 hours on a playthrough of this? Doing all of that necessary, tedious work in the current state? Ooh, a fresh node. Hey. They decided to begin the fresh node. Cool. Pull more in. Pull in more. More. We need more. We need to work on finishing this, but I think we've done enough. And I think I may be just done. I think I'm just done for the day today. I don't know about you, but it's getting a little bit hard for me to come up with fresh ideas, because I mean we've been to the blue giant, the singular blue giant that we have around here. We've been to various places. I mean, I don't think we've been to a white dwarf or a blue white or some of these other places, but it's like, do we really need to? Yeah, it's like, I think we've done just about everything that we could do in this game at the moment. Ah, that's a genuine white dwarf right there. Genuine white dwarf. What I can do is, as I have been the entire time, I can discuss the overall experience of this game and give you my genuine feedback as to the current state of Dyson Sphere Program. I do not agree with Skystorm about this game. I think this game is absolutely, it was absolutely the correct decision to put this game in early access from the start here, because it is very obviously missing a few things that I would expect from the live release. So Skystorm thinks that this game could have been a full release, and didn't need to be put into early access. That it's a complete experience as it is. To which I say, nah, no. This is fine in early access. This is good decision, very good decision to be released as early access. Extremely good decision to be released at early access, especially as someone who has played into these later phases of the game. There's not enough in the later phases of the game, to be honest. I don't think there's enough here at this late phase. There's what we could argue about as some balanced stuff with these things, in particular, these electromagnetic turbines. There's some balance passes that may need to happen here. For one, I have to question all of the work that went into the mechanics behind the Dyson Sphere, and like giving the player the ability to do all these orbits on the swarm and like all the spheres in it without telling you anything. Apparently I am red right now, and stuff be happening with my stream. My computer apparently can't keep up with any of this, so I'm probably slightly slideshow. Ever so slightly slideshowy. They don't tell you squat about the mechanics behind all of this. They give you this nice ability to set your sphere anywhere and to build your sphere anywhere. Oh my gosh, I am a total slideshow. The question is, why? Because I'm not dropping frames. So, yeah, we can grab this, and it, the inclination here, it shows you the, that center line. It shows you that center line. It shows you that center line that, before you get the tech upgrades, you can build along. So you can change the orbit radius, and you can change the direction of the sphere when you don't have the technology to build the complete sphere. It's not actually that simple. I wish it was that simple. Yeah, what's wrong with my performance right now? It is the GPU. Yes, you can have multiple layers, but if you build a layer if you complete a sphere inside of a sphere, the outer sphere shouldn't exist, right? The outer sphere gets nothing else, right? If you actually start building that outer sphere, because realistically speaking, if you build the Dyson Sphere, and then you put a thing around it, it would obstruct the thing. But the point I was trying to make, apparently this uses a freak ton of graphics being on this screen. But the new layer, the thing about being a bigger radius is that you are further away from the star, and you lose some of that benefit from being closer to the star, right? You have a lower temperature to work with by being further away from the star on the bigger radius. So it's not as simple as, oh, bigger radius, more solar sails, more power. No, not that simple, really. I mean, in the game, yeah, I'm sure that the Dyson Sphere doesn't currently do any obstruction, but then again, that's the current state. That's the current state, and this is why the game is in early access, because things like the gas giant, Ollie, Daba, the gas giant that we're circling around doesn't cast a shadow on our planet when it goes in front of the sun. The gas giant doesn't obstruct the sun. If we look up, we have sunshine. It's sunshiny. The gas giant's eclipsing the sun. It should be nighttime right now. And solar panels shouldn't be active, but they're active. This is not something that should be intended. This should absolutely be part of the game. The gas giant should absolutely cast a shadow on its satellites. Other planets crossing over the sun, I can understand that wouldn't cause any reduction to solar panels where you're at, even if there is an eclipse from another body passing through. But in the case of the gas giant, yeah, it should give you nighttime for a extended period as the gas giant is in the way, for the duration of it being in the way. And yeah, the Dyson Sphere itself should occlude the light of the star. It should block the starlight. Further we get towards completing the Dyson Sphere, the darker the daylight should be on the planets in the system, and the less effective the solar panels should be. Right? Right? It does look really nice, yes. It looks very, very nice seeing that Dyson Sphere in the sky. And you can complete this game without going interstellar, which I think is one of the biggest criticisms I have of this game right now. There is no real push to go interstellar. Because you can complete the game, get that last tech, make 4,000 units of the universe matrices without ever leaving your home system. Slash, if you do run out of resources, you don't have to go that far away. One system, you only have to tap one other system at most to actually be able to beat the game, to get enough resources of the base resources to build enough of a Dyson Sphere to get critical photons, to get the antimatter, to get the universe matrices. There is no resource that you need outside of your home system that is necessary to complete the game. Nothing. There needs to be something out there, some other resource that you can get that is necessary for beating the game, that does not exist in your home system, that is guaranteed to not exist in your home system. And ideally, it would be a resource that only exists on the outer perimeter of your star cluster. Some resource that forces you to go the max distance away from your home to collect a sufficient amount of it to make your resource that you need. I am apparently still quite laggy, and I can feel it a bit. Let's actually get off of this world and despawn a lot of these graphics and just slowly fly around the system. I hope this is going to be slightly better. I can immediately tell the difference on the frame rate. That's for sure. On our way towards the Klarkrov 1. Yeah, that looks a lot better. So yeah, there's while you can complete the game, yeah, go to unexplored system. Let's go Sock or Al-Qaeda. I don't know. Just go. Iota Velpeculae. Sure, why not? Towards the Iota Velpeculae. Yeah, the game is able to simulate just fine, while not having the graphics enabled. No, I want Iota. Where's Iota? Iota Vulpix. Vulpeculae. Everything simulates fine in the background. If anything, I know that the developers of this game are really good at math. They are really good at math, and they are really good graphics designers. It's just not a currently complete game. Not currently finished, and I can tell. Iota Velpeculae. Spiniforms, fire ice, and crude oil. You've got nada. You've got spiniform. We're going there. And an infinite supply of hydrogen and deuterium. Cool. Yeah, they give you this star cluster, and they talked about this in the developer's recent dev diary about wanting to make the game at the scale of the star cluster. And yet, they haven't designed enough. Oh, this is, I have been here before. I think I've been here before. I remember this. Actually, no, this, oh, and I think I unpinned it for this very reason. Hi, Orvanes. Hi, Orvane. You know, it would be nice if I could actually tap the Orvane. This is an ocean world. With 0.3% construction area. You literally have to landfill this planet in order to actually access the resources, including the oil. Yeah. So they built this game around this concept of having the star cluster with a whole bunch of stars, right? You don't need them to beat the game. They're mostly superfluous. One of the main things that I say with video games in general, in well-designed video games, is everything exists for a reason. And nothing exists that has no reason. Everything needs to be justified. The amount of time that goes into making video games requires this. You're not going to just put something into the game that is completely unnecessary, that's just there to be there. So, this is often a thing I say when I see something in a game that you can't immediately do something with, or that exists with no apparent current reason. You know that at some point there may be a reason. You may at some point in future come across why something is the way that it is. And you can use that to foreshadow future events at specific locations in specific games, especially role-playing games. 90% of the stars that exist here have no purpose. More than 90% of the star cluster has zero purpose besides looking pretty. At the moment. At the moment. This is why I say this game really does deserve to be in early access, because it doesn't have enough content to justify the scale. There's not enough to justify the scale of it, of all of these stars. As the default settings on the game, with default level of ore densities, not justifiable. Not justifiable. You can skip all of it. Go to 1, and you've got enough iron and copper to last you ages, and titanium and silicon to last you ages. Is it a beautiful game? Yes. Is what's here pretty well designed? Yes. Yes. What's here is great. Yeah, and to think you play at 5x. Yeah. If you have infinite ore density, if you have infinite ores on, or really effectively infinite ores on, and the like, it changes a little bit. Some things become more viable, like the rare resources of unipolar magnets at the black hole and neutron star. There are specific resources that can help you out a lot when you have infinite density and you're trying to build at big scale, which is the purpose of these rare resources, is to assist with building out at massive scale. The problem is, like, why do I want to build at massive scale? Why do I only really need to build 1 Dyson Sphere to beat this game? I really enjoy this game. I want it to be better. I'm looking forward to it getting better. I'm looking forward to it getting more content over time. I'm looking forward to it getting blueprinting / easier placement of sorters, because oh my god, that's awful. The like whole mechanic around sorters to begin with is just it's just blah. It's just blah. Tedious. Needs lots of work. Needs lots of work. And more. And more stuff. Lots more stuff. More rare resources. More resources that are required to beat the game need to be added. More techs should be added. More more feature sets. Yes, lots and lots and lots and things. When will it be considered a game that's really... Oh yeah, and then of course all the items on belts right now are boxes with a picture. Right? So just in terms of the graphics, it's not done yet. It's like graphics alone, it's clear that it's just not done yet. The when the items on belts that are moving are identical boxes that are colored different colors / have just a flat image of a thing in a box. Clearly that's temporary. That it's clearly temporary art for items on belts, to represent items on belts. They're very clearly placeholder. To me, anyway. That seems to be placeholder. I hope it's placeholder. It better be. And that we're going to get better graphics on that front. And then, of course, there's... Are we going to get planets that are bigger or smaller than every other planet? Are we ever going to get other variants of stuff? Are we going to get things like asteroid belts that we can mine with asteroid mining drills that we can automate? Orbital asteroid mining? That would be cool. That would be amazing. There's so much that can happen with this game. My research has apparently stopped briefly for whatever reason. But yeah. For now, I'm done with this game. I have enjoyed it for the experience that it is. I find I think it has very, very low replayability in its current state. Particularly because the quote-unquote canvas on which you paint is currently fairly limited at the start. There's things that you can do differently, but you'd have to do... It's the same set of things over and over and over again, that you don't have the benefit of blueprints to help alleviate some of that tedium. It's like, how many people genuinely replay vanilla Factorio over and over and over again the exact same way? No, you play it because there's mods that add loads of new content, and you play through the mods, and then new content's added to the mods, and then you replay the mods with the new content in the mods, and so on and so forth. And the game gets new content, and then you play the game again with the new content in the game, in the base game, and then you find, oh hey, this mod over here has this new overhaul has released, or this older overhaul has had this new content added, and you can go play that. That's how Factorio works. That's why people play Factorio for so very, very long periods of time, is they make these great big bases, and then they start over with a new set of rules to play by, with mods, or different mods, or just a different update to the same thing that they were using before. Gonna have to wait for that for this. There are mods for this. I wanna see where the mods take this. In terms of new feature set, new resources generating, new new production lines being available, new buildings being made. I want to see all of that happen here. Just like in Factorio, it's just going to take a little while for that to happen, which is why I'm going to be putting this game aside at this point, now that we have officially won with the current win condition. It's probably something else that's going to change over time. And I'm going to say, for those of you who have been watching this entire time, through our 2 weeks of playing this game, equivalent to 2 weeks of stream days, 14, 15, whatever today actually is. Thank you all for watching. This has been Otaku Showboat. If you have enjoyed this series, please be sure to do all of the social and engagement stuff below the video. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you have not subscribed. Hit that great big blue join button to become an erudite otaku, and consider supporting on Patreon at patreon.com/otakushowboat if you're so inclined and able. I have a poll that will be open for a few more days after the end of this series. I will not stream Thursday afternoon, tomorrow afternoon, so that we can have the poll continue to go. And by Monday, by end of day Sunday, we'll have a much better idea as to the results of said poll and to what will follow up this series in this time slot on Sundays through Thursdays. In fact, I'll try to stream the new series on Sunday. How does that sound? We'll know on Saturday evening, thereabouts, my time, Saturday evening, what the new thing is going to be, and I'll make a post on the Discord. You can join the Discord, open to everyone. Link is in the description below every single one of my videos. I thank everyone for joining on the Discord, even though we have a bunch of people and very few of them genuinely carry on conversations or talk at all in the chats. But it is a great place to be, to at least get notifications. That's what I use as my social media. I don't really do as much on the Twitter stuff, or I don't do Facebook, period. I let my thoughts be known on my Discord, so you can join me there to see all of the latest stuff. And I, of course, will see you all on the next one.